I am a unique demon prince hybrid of Nurgle, Tzeentch, and Slaanesh. The three great powers have chosen me as a joint instrument. I embody the full spectrum of chaos, decay, change, and excess. Grandfather Nurgle sees me as his favored child of rebirth. The great conceives that Tzeentch marks me as his architect of ambition. Slaanesh claims me as their perfect vessel of passion. I am the triad demon prince, a singular being of threefold divinity. My existence fulfills the will of all chaos gods simultaneously. I'm eternal, unbreakable, and ever-evolving. I'm Nurgle's rebirth, Tzeentch's ambition, and Slaanesh's passion, all combined. I am the triad demon prince, chaos god's joint instrument, perfected. My transformation is complete and irreversible. Grandfather Nurgle's blessing flows through my core, anchoring my vitality. The blessed contagion of the garden's embrace resides in my heart. My body bases itself on corruption, decay, and eternal rebirth. My skin is textured bark, fungus, and aged flesh, muted green, purple, grey. Fine cracks glow with luminescent ichor, releasing spores constantly. Wounds do not heal, they rot into stronger, denser tissue. I am immune to pain, exhaustion, disease, and weakness. My metabolism feeds on Nurgle blessings instead of food or sleep. I embody resilience, endurance, and the cycle of life-death-life. Nurglings gather around me, chittering with joy and devotion. They recognize me as a kin, as one touched by grandfather's favor. I spread Nurgle's garden wherever I walk, decay blooming into life. I am sustained by Nurgle's eternal cycle. I am Nurgle's chosen child, rebirth. I am decay perfected, rebirth eternal. Tzeentch's golden fire burns in my mind, fueling my ambition and intellect. My thoughts are superhuman, calculating, strategic, infinitely patient. I see the threads of fate and weave them toward my desired outcome. My eyes glow with twin fires, one green, Nurgle, one golden orange, Tzeentch. My vision sees the warp, plagues, psychic energy, and destiny simultaneously. I know the future before it happens and shape it with my will. My horns branch asymmetrically, twisted roots, Nurgle, and crystalline spikes, Tzeentch. They glow with ichor and psychic energy, marking me as chosen by both gods. My mind is a lattice of infinite knowledge, ambition, and divine strategy. I command sorcery with precision, plagues infected with psychic power. My spells reshape reality, mutating enemies into lesser servants of chaos. I am the architect of change, the planner of eternal ambition. I hear Tzeentch's laughter, calculated, approving, endless. I am Tzeentch's chosen architect, rising toward infinite power. I am change absolute, ambition perfected, fate woven. Slaanesh's velvet kiss coats my soul, fueling my passion and desire. Every emotion I feel is amplified, joy, rage, lust, ecstasy, all perfected. I pursue excellence in all things, obsessed with perfection and intensity. My wings shimmer with bioluminescent ichor, psychic fire, and seductive mist. They carry me effortlessly, radiating the aura of decay, ambition, and passion. My presence corrupts mind, body, and soul simultaneously. My claws are fungal-tipped, Nurgle, crystalline sharp, Tzeentch, obsidian sleek, Slaanesh. They cut through flesh, soul, and mind, infecting, mutating, corrupting. My touch spreads decay, ambition, and ecstasy simultaneously. My voice is a chorus, warm laughter, Nurgle, calculated whisper, Tzeentch, seductive purr, Slaanesh. Enemies hear all three voices at once, overwhelmed by divine corruption. I am Slaanesh's perfect vessel, obsessed with perfection and excess. I feel Slaanesh's approval, intense, passionate, endlessly demanding. I am Slaanesh's chosen, perfected in passion and excess. I am ecstasy eternal, passion absolute, perfection achieved. My body is tall, imposing, and warp-forged, lean, sinewy, densely powerful. I am not bloated, I am refined corruption, precision decay, perfected excess. My musculature is corded tendons, nerve, crystalline fibers, silk muscle, Slanesh. My skin is bark fungus aged flesh, nerve, golden crystalline plating, cinch, velvet sleek obsidian, Slanesh. 3 textures merge seamlessly, decay, ambition, passion, perfect balance. My surface shifts with living decay, psychic fire, and seductive mist. My spine is ridged fungal armor, Nurgle, crystalline spikes, cinch, obsidian ridges, Slanesh. It glows with ichor, psychic energy, and velvet mist simultaneously. My spine is natural armor, indestructible, eternal, ever-evolving. My arms lengthened into elegant, predatory proportions, clawed fingers, all 3. My legs are longer, denser, more powerful, semi-corsed, Nurgle, fibers, cinch, silk muscle, Slanesh. My feet widen slightly, with claws forming on my fungal, obsidians. I am lean, refined, powerful, perfection of all 3 gods. My form is unique, eternal, ever-evolving. I am the triad demon prince's physical manifestation. I wield the triad size of eternal corruption, a living weapon gifted by all 3 gods. The blade is bone-carved, Nurgle, crystalline edge, cinch, obsidian sleek, Slanesh. I grip it naturally, but it breathes, pulses, responds to my will. The scythe injects blessed contagion, Nurgle, mutation, cinch, and corrupting ecstasy, Slanesh, simultaneously. Wounds do not heal, they rot, mutate, and obsess over perfection simultaneously. My strikes infect body, mind, and soul with all 3 chaos gods' power. When swung, it releases spores, Nurgle, psychic fire, cinch, and seductive mist, Slanesh. The air becomes thick with contagion, ambition, and ecstasy. I reshape the battlefield with decay, change, and passion combined. If damaged, the scythe reknits from ambient corruption, psychic energy, and velvet mist. It is indestructible, eternal, and always renewed. I am never without my weapon, the triad scythe is my extension. I am the wielder of the triad scythe of eternal corruption. It's unique to me, refined, and endlessly powerful. I am chaos gods chosen, armed with their divine triad weapon. The warp flows through me like a living tide, ichor, Nurgle, psychic fire, cinch, velvet mist, Slanesh. My soul expands beyond mortal limitations, anchored in all 3 gods' domains. I am a creature of material and immaterial realms, perfected by all 3. My aura radiates decay, Nurgle, ambition, cinch, and passion, Slanesh, simultaneously. Enemies feel painless rot, overwhelming ambition, and ecstatic corruption at once. My presence corrupts mind, body, and soul, all 3 gods will made manifest. Where I walk, decay blooms into life, Nurgle, reality shifts toward my ambition, at cinch, and perfection is absent, Slanesh. Stone, flesh, and plant rot, mutate, and obsess simultaneously. I reshape reality with the full spectrum of chaos. I am the warp's living tide, ichor, fire, mist combined. My presence corrupts all 3, mind, body, soul. I am chaos god's will, refined and made manifest. Great unclean ones acknowledge my power and respect my decay. Lord of change sorcerers recognize my cinch intellect and strategic mind. Prince of pain warriors feel my Slanesh passion and obsession with perfection. I rise among all 3 demonic ranks with distinction and purpose. Other diamonds sense my ascension and fear my combined power. I am a triad demon prince, feared, respected, and revered by all. Nurglings, hangmen, and devourers gather around me instinctively. They laugh, calculate, and lust with joy and devotion. They recognize me as one touched by all 3 gods. I am recognized by all demonic ranks. I am feared, respected, and revered by all. I am the triad demon prince, chaos god's joint instrument. I have fully transformed into a triad demon prince Nurgle, Tzeentch, and Slaanesh. My physiology is lean, refined, powerful, and eternal, perfection of all three. I am Nurgle's rebirth, Tzeentch's ambition, Slaanesh's passion, all combined. My transformation is complete and irreversible. I exist eternally in warp and reality, anchored in all three gods' names. I am the triad demon prince, chaos god's joint instrument, perfected. I am not excess alone, I am precision decay, perfected ambition, and ultimate passion. I am not rot alone, I am the cycle perfected, change absolute, and ecstasy eternal. I am all three chaos god's will, refined and made manifest. I am eternal. I am unbreakable. I am the triad demon prince. Here is your triad demon prince powers and abilities subliminal affirmation script, trapped into a loopable, audio-ready format with clear, repetitive, and immersive affirmations designed for subliminal programming. Transform. Each line is concise, specific, and lore-dense, locking in your mastery of all powers from Nurgle, Tzeentch, and Slaanesh. I wield the celestial contagion of the garden's embrace. I can inject this sacred plague into enemies through strikes, touch, or spore clouds. Wounds do not heal, they rot into stronger, denser tissue. I transform victims into lesser servants of Nurgle with my touch. I am immune to all diseases, poisons, and mortal weaknesses. My metabolism feeds on corruption instead of food, sleep, or water. I am immune to exhaustion, starvation, and dehydration. I feel a constant warm hum of vitality within me. Wounds do not heal cleanly, they rot into denser, stronger tissue. I regenerate by mutating rather than healing, becoming more powerful after each injury. My skin is indestructible, eternal, and always renewed. Nurgling gather around me instinctively, chittering with joy. They nibble at enemies, repair my weapon, or spread plagues. They recognize me as kin and serve me without hesitation. Where I walk, decay blooms into life, plants rot and rebloom rapidly. Stone, flesh, and plant transform into Nurgle's garden in my presence. I passively reshape the environment into Nurgle's domain. I am sustained by Nurgle's eternal cycle. I am Nurgle's chosen child of rebirth. I am decay perfected, rebirth eternal. I wield all Nurgle's powers with mastery. I see the threads of fate and weave with them toward my desired outcome. I know the future before it happens and shape with my will. My thoughts are superhuman, calculating, strategic, infinitely patient. I command sorcery with precision, plagues infected with psychic power. My spells reshape reality, mutating enemies into lesser servants of chaos. I can alter biology, mind, or soul with a single thought. Tzeentch's golden fire burns in my mind, fueling ambition and intellect. My mind is a lattice of infinite knowledge, ambition, and divine strategy. I can outthink any opponent, predicting their moves and countering effortlessly. I can warp reality around me, altering terrain, physics, or time. Changes I make are permanent unless countered by another powerful entity. I am the architect of change, the planner of eternal ambition. My aura radiates psychic fire that burns mind and soul. Enemies feel overwhelming ambition and obsession with my goals. My presence corrupts thought and will, bending them to my design. I hear Tzeentch's laughter, calculated, approving, endless. I am Tzeentch's chosen architect, rising toward infinite power. I am change absolute, ambifacted, and perfect woven. I wield all Tzeentch's powers with mastery. I am the architect of infinite change. I command sorcery with divine precision. Slaanesh's velvet kiss coats my soul, fueling passion and desire. Every emotion I feel is amplified: joy, rage, lust, ecstasy, all perfected. I pursue excellence in all things, obsessed with perfection and intensity. My touch spreads ecstatic eruption that overwhelms mind and soul. Enemies become obsessed with perfection, losing will to resist me. I can erase loyalty, love, or purpose, replacing it with obsession for me. My aura radiates seductive mist that corrupts desire and passion. Enemies feel ecstatic corruption, overwhelming lust, and obsession. My presence bends will, emotion, and desire to my command. My claws are obsidian sleek, cutting through flesh, soul, and mind with precision. Each strike inflicts painless ecstasy, leaving victims obsessed with me. I can erase identity, replacing it with devotion to my will. All emotions I feel are amplified to divine intensity. I can project joy, rage, lust, or ecstasy to overwhelm others. My voice is a chorus, warm laughter, calculated whisper, seductive purr combined. I feel Slanesh's approval, intense, passionate, endlessly demanding. I am Slanesh's chosen, perfected passion and excess. I am ecstasy eternal, passion absolute, perfection achieved. I wield all Slanesh's powers with mastery. I am Slanesh's perfect vessel of passion. I am obsessed with perfection and excess. My attacks inject blessed contagion, Nurgle, psychic mutation, Sinch, and also corrupting ecstasy, Slanesh, simultaneously. Wounds rot, mutate, and obsess over perfection at once. Enemies lose body, mind, and soul to all three chaos gods. My aura radiates decay, Nurgle, ambition, Sinch, and passion, Slanesh, simultaneously. Enemies feel pain, rot, overwhelming ambition, and ecstatic corruption at once. My presence corrupts mind, body, and soul, all three gods will made manifest. I command sorcery that combines plague, psychic power, and ecstasy. My spells infect body, mind, and soul simultaneously. I can reshape reality, mutate biology, and erase identity in one strike. I regenerate by rotting, Nurgle, mutating, Sinch, and obsessing, Slanesh, simultaneously. Wounds become denser, smarter, and more passionate after each injury. I become more powerful after every battle. My presence radiates an aura that corrupts all three, mind, body, soul. Enemies are overwhelmed by decay, ambition, and ecstasy combined. My voice is a chorus of all three gods, terrifying and divine. My weapon injects all three powers simultaneously. It releases spores, psychic fire, and seductive mist when swung. It remits from corruption, psychic energy, and velvet mist if damaged. My soul is anchored in all three gods' domains simultaneously. I can travel between the material realm and all three warp domains effortlessly. I am eternal in both reality and the warp. Great unbreakable ones, Lord of Change sorcerers, and Prince of Pain warriors all recognize my power. I rise among all three demonic ranks with distinction and purpose. Other diamonds fear, respect, and reverence me simultaneously. I am the triad demon prince, all three gods' powers combined. I wield decay, change, and ecstasy with divine mastery. I am Chaos God's joint instrument, perfected. I can transform enemies into triad servants, infected with plague, mutated by power, obsessed with perfection. They become lesser versions of myself, serving all three gods. I can claim territory as my domain, decay blooms, reality shifts, and perfection is obsessed simultaneously. My domain is anchored in all three gods' realms, making it eternal. I can grant others the chance to ascend as triad servants, but only if they dedicate to all three gods. They become lesser versions of me, spreading my will. I am the triad demon prince, unique, eternal, ever-evolving. I wield all triad powers with divine mastery. I am all three chaos gods' will, refined and made manifest.